What's up, everyone? It's your girl. I am Kaya, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're talking Joseline's Cabaret, California, episode 7. I want to say, if I'm wrong, I do apologize about that. Before I get into this recap, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. First, I do want to give a special shout out to all the new subscribers that I got over the last couple of days. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel, showing love in the comments. I do see it, even though if I don't comment on all of them and engage, I try my best to, but you guys, I'm so busy. I'm so sorry about that, but I do see love and support, so thank you guys for that. Also, if you guys ever notice, I'm not cammed up. I know I didn't make this notice in my last baddies recap, but it's like my hair ain't done, my room ain't clean, and I really don't feel like setting up and everything like that. And honestly, I like audio better because it's easy for me to edit, so I ain't got to do all the special effects and all that kind of shit. So yeah, so just sit back and relax and pretend like this is a podcast, basically. Okay. But yeah, another solid episode. It seems like the season is starting to pick up, so thank you, Jocelyn, for that. We are at least getting more of the dancing, thank God. But yeah, so I'm so ready to talk about this episode. Was there anything else I gotta get into? Nope. Let's go ahead and get into this motherfucking recap. All right, y'all. So the episode basically picks off like where it left off when them still doing the whole fear factor part of the episode. And also another thing, Jocelyn, can you please cut the damn music videos, please? I love you, Jocelyn, but please cut them damn music videos. Like every time I start the episode, I skip through the recap and I skip through the music video. Like that's like 6 or 7 or 8 minutes that we could like take to get some good shit in these episodes. And that's probably what y'all need the last couple episodes. But yeah, Jocelyn, please, please, sweetheart. Like we see the music video, we see it. We see it. You don't gotta keep doing it, okay? But anyway, so yeah, they end off like where everybody have to drink that nasty ass concoction of like milk. I think that was like what maggots on top of it, roaches or whatever, like worms, mildew. I don't know what the fuck was on top of it, but it was some bugs on top of that drink. It was like milk, oil, honey. I don't know what that was, but it looked disgusting. And I don't know how long that milk was sitting, but it did. I can tell that it stunk. So a whole bunch of people like throwing up, and then you had some people who drank it no problem. Like Egypt drank it no problem. Ew. Danny drank it no problem. Dez drank it no problem. And somebody else drank it no problem. I was like, ugh. But then you had people like Neek who was gagging, Oceans who was gagging. I think Natural was gagging too, and Love looked like she was about to start crying. It's like it's crazy. And also with all this health stuff that Love got going on, I don't even know why she even put herself through that and drink that drink. Like, ew. Hell to the no. But she does say who the winners are. It's the 6 girls who are the winners. So the first one was Danny, of course. Then we had Jane Doe, who was the new girl, who I think was the only new girl that won. Yeah, so it was Danny, Jane Doe, Egypt, Chinks, Dez, and Natural. So yeah, Jane Doe was the only new girl, and then the rest were OGs. So they're gonna be joining Jocelyn at her event tomorrow. And then the rest of the girls who are the losers, they still have a chance. They still have another challenge s they're gonna do. I don't think she said challenge, but another chance to like kind of win points to win a spot in the I Like the Way You Are music video. And Jocelyn said that that's how she's gonna pick tomorrow who's gonna be in the music video. Which, if you're not watching the first half of the fucking episode, we already know who's in the music video. So I don't know why they, if this was going to be like a big challenge during the season, they should not have put this music video on the damn episode. They put on the first episode. He was like, "Oh, that's who it is." And then when the episode came up where they said they were gonna fight for a spot, and like we already see who's in the music video. So it's like I can't even root for somebody because I already know who won. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So then also, Jocelyn also tells the girls that they're gonna be rehearsing because they actually have a performance coming up too. And also they're gonna go, so right after them eating that nasty stuff, they have to go off to rehearsals. So they all go off to rehearsals. And then Ricardo's in there, and they're still learning the I Like the Way You Are dance, sorry. And it just blows my mind how a lot of these bitches got 2 left feet. Like, this choreography is so fucking simple, y'all, and half of these bitches are still struggling with this. Like, literally, it's not like this is like Beyonce choreography, Tiana Taylor choreography, or Chris Brown choreography. This is Jocelyn Hernandez, because Jocelyn can barely dance. Well, Jocelyn can dance, but Jocelyn can't move around like how she was when she was younger. And Jocelyn is up here and she can do it. Now, Jocelyn may make some mistakes, but Jocelyn still got it down pat. Now, the fact that half of these bitches are still fucking up like a 1-2 step routine that I literally got down pat, it keeps blowing my mind at how much they're struggling. So they're in there going over it. Jocelyn comes in, and Jocelyn brings the 6 girls who won, which was Jane Doe, Dez, Danny, Egypt, Chinks, and Natural. So she goes up there and she says, she can't get rid of them because Jocelyn wants to start getting rid of some people because she's still saying how a lot of these girls are struggling, and they are, like, how a lot of these bitches are struggling. Like, the one that really stuck out to me was Oceans and G Baby. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on with G Baby. Like, she was a whole two beats behind. But anyway, so she goes down the line and she asks the girls who do they want to go home. So she says that Natural and Chinks, they both say T Love because they just fought the bitch, so they don't like him. Egypt says G Baby. Des said, I think Des said Love. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think she said Love, either Love or T Love, one of them. And Jane Doe said Oceans. Not sure, I'm not exactly sure why they think she said it because Danny put it in her ear, but maybe it's because, well, she did say that she said Oceans can't dance, and she can't. But Jane Doe said she just got here and she's still struggling. And Jane Doe already kind of said that she can't really dance. Well, she can dance, but she's not used to doing choreography because she's more of a freestyler. So basically, you just can't dance, basically. And then Danny says Neek, of course. But honey, Jocelyn's not getting rid of Neek. Neek is the best dancer there. Let's just be honest, all right? So Jocelyn tells them that they got to keep rehearsing, and she's gonna pick two girls from the loser side that's gonna be going home to get eliminated. And honestly, truthfully, she really needs to eliminate them because there's too much dead weight in there, and a lot of them really need to go home. I would love if she sent a lot of them OGs home, but we know that's not gonna happen. So we shall see. And then we move on to the next day. So next we have, Jocelyn. It's the next day. Jocelyn is meeting up with her stud girlfriend Melissa. I'm just playing, y'all. Meeting up with Melissa, which I just want to say this. I don't know what Melissa and Jocelyn got going on. I don't know if Melissa be putting on the strap and be going to town on Jocelyn, because the fact that Melissa is still around after all these years, because you guys know Jocelyn's MO. She literally be friends with somebody and they don't last. Like, she be friends with them for like a couple years, and then something happens and they fall out, and she ain't got no friends. That's why she got to make friends with all these new people and all these young people, etc., etc. So the fact that Melissa is still around tells me, is Melissa and Jocelyn doing some little freaky dicky stuff? I don't know, but Melissa's there, and they're talking about how her show got sold out, which, good for Jocelyn. And they're talking about opening up the strip club, which still, this whole strip club thing, no one answered this question for me. I thought the whole premise of this show was getting girls out of the strip club, but you making your own strip club is keeping them right in there. Like, I know, I just don't get it. But yeah, so that happened. So then we get with the girls who are just talking about what happened the night before, about especially what happened with the fight that happened the day before. So we have the first group. We have Neek. It's Neek, Love, T Love, and Sky. So they're all talking. And one thing that Neek and T Love want to talk to Sky about is how the newbies didn't technically have her back, but it's mainly towards Kanaya, because Kiera in a way kind of did have her back. She just didn't really do much and everything like that. And she said that she didn't, how she kind of felt some kind of way, how Sky said she felt some kind of way about it. Then again, I did say Kanaya should have done something like, honey, at least not jumping. You at least should have separate them, like stop them from jumping her. At least could have done something. But I understand you saying that you friends with them, but it's, honey, you can do something and play the middle and just break it up. So just tell them, don't be jumping, don't be jumping. You just stood there and just didn't do anything. But then again, also, Kanaya and Sky don't know each other like that. They just now meeting each other. But if what they said was true and the newbies said that they had this pact going on, then Kanaya, you should have stuck by that. So, honey, hopefully if something like this happens again, you stick to your word. Cause honey, if you don't, I'm gonna read your ass all up and down this fucking video. Okay. So anyway, and I really hope that they don't like turn this into like some big thing where they just are like trying to make Sky. Like, I don't know if this ends up becoming a thing later on in the season, where Sky and Kanaya end up falling out about something. But I really hope they don't keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing this narrative like they did last season with Hennessy and Rose, like kind of get them to fall out. And then when they finally did, they had them picking sides and shit like that. I really hope that we don't run into another situation with this one, because honest and truthfully, Sky and Kanaya really ain't friends like that. They just met each other on this show. So anyway, and then they also talk about how and oh yeah, and then we get to the other group, which is, I think it was Erica, what's the other bitch name, Lexi Gold, and then the rest of the new girls, which was G Baby, Kanaya, and Kiera. Yep, those ones. And they just basically talking about what went down and everything like that. And they also feel like that Kiera is faking her injury. I don't think necessarily she's faking her injury, honey. She's a wrestler, honey. I feel like she loves to do this shit. I don't think a wrestler would fake an injury that's gonna stop them from fighting. Okay, so I think you're just talking out your ass. I think Nick is the one to say that. Nick, you're talking out your ass. Okay, so then They also talk about, Jocelyn was telling asking people who they want to send home. So they asked who they think should send home. And it was just a toss up between G Baby and Love. They said G Baby because she's injured. And with this being you gotta be on the pole and everything like that, you can't use your arm. Like, you probably need to go home because honey, you can't be sitting here on injured reserve. Like you can do that shit on baddies. But Jocelyn, you can't be on Jocelyn's cabaret and be on injured reserve, sweetheart. Honey, you need to take your ass at home. But G Baby said that she doesn't want to go home. It's like, well, G Baby, if you don't heal up, sis, you're gonna have to go because like honey, you you can't, what are you gonna do? And based off what I saw so far with you in the dance rehearsal, sweetheart, you don't look like you can really dance that good anyway. So honey, you better do something or your ass is gonna be out of here. And then they also said with Love because of her having all these health issues. Then they go into talking about Love, and she's saying how she doesn't want to go home. She still wants to push it through, and saying how she takes deep breaths, how it feels like someone's poking at her chest or some shit like that. It's like, Love, sweetheart, baby. I say this with love, no pun intended. I say this with love and care. I really think you really need to go home, Love, because it's like every time we see her, it's like every time we see Love on my screen, it's like she looks like a lost puppy. It seems like she is going through it. It seems like every time we see her, she looks like she's getting worse and worse and worse. And it's like I really don't feel like she should stay here. And then also if it's gonna be later on the season, if she's going, because I we know she fights later in the season, because I remember someone that posted on social media. So she fights somebody later on the season. That's really gonna scare me right now. And I really feel like for her mental and for her health, she really needs to go home. And I can't stress it enough. So yeah, so that all had went house. So they're getting prepared to do this pool party that they're about to start hosting. We get into the winners, who again were Natural, Egypt, Chinks, Dez, Danny, and Jane Doe. They have their brunch with Jocelyn now, which I don't know why I kept calling this an event, but it's like a Jocelyn's little event. But it's Jocelyn's brunch, and she's basically having a brunch, which I thought was gonna go very much left, knowing how Jocelyn's mouth is. But actually, it was a really sweet moment. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna break down shit that all these bitches did in this brunch, but it was a very nice wholesome moment, which I am glad that we did get. At first, I want to say all the girls look good, even Danny. They all look good. They all did look good. And Danny saying that because Johnson's basically asking the girls, if they win the $50,000, what they gonna do with it. Danny's saying how she doesn't know which dream she wants to chase, if she wants to be an actor or actress, because they say she's so performative. Now, Danny. Now, hold on. Now I think about this. Danny could be an actress because the way that bitch be crying on demand, bitch. I'm saying, like Danny, she literally can bust out a tear like that. So, honey, she'd be great. Maybe she can go on Grey's Anatomy or some shit, make a little guest star role. So, Danny, maybe, honey, because a lot of actors we have nowadays, the people 50 Cent be putting people on his show who can't act. So, Danny, she do got a chance. So, I'm not gonna share your dream, Danny. Do you, boo? But stick to dancing. Sorry. And what else happened in this brunch? Oh yeah, they just all talk about what they want to do. Yep, don't care. We moving on to the pool. Right, so we get into the pool party, and I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that food, like the hot dogs and hamburgers, I ain't gonna lie, I was getting hungry as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So basically, and it was basically just a montage. Like again, I do like that we do get times where they are having fun in the midst of all the drama. But they montage the pool party, all of them, they strippers. They were shaking ass, clapping ass, doing the whole shebang. And they started montaging a lot of the girls doing like their own thing in the circle. And I'm not gonna break down who was doing what, but the main one I want to talk about is what caused a little bit of conversation is G Baby. Now G Baby is like, now I did see her do a cartwheel, and I was like, and I had to rewind it, and she did do a cartwheel with one hand. But then this bitch got on the ground and was doing tricks all up on the ground, all on her back, like lifting her body, doing all these. Now she ate it up. She did good, which maybe because I know I did say it looked like she can't dance, but maybe she just like one of them people, just like how Jane Doe, that she just is not good at choreography and she has to be a freestyler, which is fine. But then again, like I said, them dances that y'all learning are not that hard. But she did eat those moves up. But G Baby bitch, where the sling at, ho? Because literally, did wasn't last episode or the episode before last, but these are all in the same day. I think this is all in the same day or like in the last day or two, right? Bitch, wasn't you just wearing a sling? Bitch, what happened to the sling? Bitch, what happened to the arm? So, honey, like it either was your arm wasn't that broke to begin with. When I'm not gonna say it was broke, but I don't know what happened to it. But honestly, you wasn't that injured to begin with, or honey, you got girl, you got some healing power or some shit, bitch, because honey, that's some crazy ass healing. Like, do we have like you faking injuries? Like the fuck Kiara faking injuries. Like, were you faking that injury, bitch, so you wouldn't have to fight anymore because you got your ass whooped by Oceans? Because you had a horrible showing when we saw you fighting, bitch. Honey, you got beat up by Oceans. Girl, you really, girl, something is wrong. Okay. So yeah, so a lot of the girls are like talking about how, they thought she was injured, but she's able to do all these dance moves and everything like that. And all that's going on. So then we jump over now. Mind you, they had this pool party during the daytime and then went all the way to nighttime. I don't know how long they were out there for, but it looked like it went on for a good while. And I'm just surprised how they didn't have nobody else at that house, because like it was just them. Like, y'all couldn't invite no men over there. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what kind of pool party is this? Like, I don't want to see you hoes. I want to see some niggas or some shit. But I don't know. So we get into like, we jump into the scenes because it was so much montaging, right? And then we see it's like a group of a lot of the OGs talking to G Baby. And mainly they're just talking about, G Baby not wanting ISIS on the team with them, and how the girls would tell some of the people is telling G Baby that she needs to go home because because she's injured. Like, and if you're gonna be injured, like, how the hell you gonna be on Joseline's Cabaret tour if you're injured? Like, bitch, no, there ain't no free vacation. Which, I understand to an extent. So then she starts saying how, like, my even though my arm hurts or some shit like that, it's not gonna stop me or something. And then she says how the pain was mainly in her back and all this other kind of shit. It's like, bitch, where you said your arm, now you saying it was your back? Like, bitch, which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? I don't know. So but then they start saying, like, they were impressed with her dance moves, and it seems like a lot of them are saying, no, I think she should stay here. So now y'all backtracking all of a sudden because y'all see that she can dance. I don't know, like, y'all, these a lot of these bitches is weird this season. A lot of these OGs are just weird as fuck. So then they I think this is when Jocelyn asked who do they think shouldn't be here or some shit like that. So the person that was doing all the talking was Dez and Erica. So they say that Kanaya and Love shouldn't be here. I do agree with them on Love, but I don't understand why they think Kanaya shouldn't be here. It had nothing to do with her dancing. They said that she talking about somehow she has attitude, and like, honey, we're the Cabaret. Even though we fight, we're still as a unit. So we want to know, like, if anything goes down, you're right there with us. So mainly like trying to insinuate that she's not gonna have their backs because they didn't like that she watched Sky get jumped. And it was like, then again, like, I can see both sides, but then again, I can't, because like, Kanaya does not know Sky like that. They just met on the show. They weren't friends before coming on to the show. They didn't come on the show together like Raven and Diamond did. They didn't come on the show together like what was another duo that came on together? I can't think of it. The only person I think of the top of my head was Diamond and Raven. They came on the show together. They came as friends, and Raven always fought for Diamond. So it wasn't like that kind of situation. So Kanaya and Scott don't know each other like that. But it's like, even if that's the case, like, why is that any of y'all's business? And like, why are y'all so worried about her not doing something? Like, y'all don't know this girl like that. And it's like, how the fuck am I gonna like be fighting for you? Like, honey, did you want her to jump into that fight and whoop your ass, Erica? Because you already got your ass beat by Skylight, honey. And we haven't seen Kanaya fight just yet, but she is bigger than you. And I don't know if she can fight at all, but Erica, like, honey, I don't understand like why y'all so upset about that. Then they're saying how she has attitude and all this other kind of stuff. It's like, where did all this come from? So as Kanaya is trying to explain all this to her, Erica's then cutting her off, saying, "Oh, it's like, this is why like." She starts like doing what she does, like rolling her neck and all this kind of stuff. Maybe that's just how she talks. I don't know where she's from again, but maybe that's just how she is, and that's just how she talks. And listen, y'all just gotta not take so much offense to it. So then Erica's cutting her off. Then she's trying to explain again explain her side of the story. Then all of a sudden, Dez is cutting her off, talking about something. No, did she tell you that you need to stop doing that and all this other kind of shit? Like, Dez, shut the fuck up. Like, bitch, why are you even here? Like, girl, you really was irrelevant last season. I don't understand why the fuck they brought you back, only because you were pretty face. But Dez, you really are not a factor. But girl, any fucking way. So Dez is cutting her off, and because in the other OGs, everyone's getting annoyed because they're not letting Kanaya speak. They just keep speaking over her. They keep talking over her and all this other kind of shit. Isis is the main one that's telling Dez to calm down and chill and just let them speak. Let her speak. Let her explain what's going on. Then you guys can respond. Meanwhile, and then it's not just Isis. It was Neek as well, and somebody else was telling Dez to chill out. So Meanwhile, in between while this is happening, right? Joseline is right there. She's standing right next to Isis. Joseline is telling Isis to shut up, telling her to shut the fuck up, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, Joseline, like, what the fuck? What are you? What is wrong with you? So then they're still trying to calm Des down because I don't know, I think Des was kind of drunk in this moment too because her eyes was low, she was slurring her words and everything like that, so maybe she was a little drunk and that's what kind of played into it. I'm not sure, but she did seem a little bit out of it. So as they're trying to still calm Des down, Joseline again telling Isis to shut the fuck up. She literally walks up on in Isis' face saying, do they have a problem? She said, Isis, do you have a problem with me? Do you have a problem with me? Isis is telling her no. And then Joseline, now mind you, I don't know what was going on with Joseline's microphone because I could barely hear what she said. But she was saying when she was talking to Isis, I really couldn't hear it. And I tried to rewind as much as I could, and I couldn't spell out everything she had said. All of a sudden, it just jumped to Isis in her confessional. And then it comes back to the scene, and Joseline is telling the security to take Isis away, like take her back in the house and move her out of the house and everything. Not move her out of the house, but take her out of the from the pool and put her in the house. I guess put her in a room. I don't know, but just get her out of Joseline's sight. Then Joseline, like, as Isis is walking away, she's saying that she's never disrespected Joseline. She doesn't understand why Joseline is disrespectful to her. And Joseline saying how this is her shit, this is her house, and all that kind of shit. You know how Joseline be getting down. And also, truthfully, the reason Joseline can't stand Isis is because Isis is not. She's not Andrea. She's not Danny. She's not Ocean. She's not none of these people. She's not gonna let Joseline talk to her crazy and she sit there and take it. She stands up for herself, and that's like what I always will respect about people like Neek, who don't let Joseline sit there and talk to them crazy. And Joseline just can't handle that, and she can't handle the fact that her and Neek share the same. Not Neek. She can't stand the fact that her and Isis share the same birthday. At one point, she always wants to like talk about how Isis looks, about her being skinny and all this other kind of stuff. Like, you can say what you want about Isis, but you can't say that Isis is not a person that puts herself together. She's not an ugly person. She stands up for herself. She's very confident in herself. And Jocelyn doesn't like when people are confident in themselves. She wants people around her like Danny, Drea, and Oceans, who literally kisses the ground she walks on and fears her. And Isis just never is that. And Jocelyn, I don't think Jocelyn can't admit that to herself. That's why every time she says, it's just every time I see her, I just can't stand to look at her. It's like, honey, what exactly is she doing that's pissing you off? Like, she is literally in that moment, she was telling Des to shut the fuck up, what she needed to be doing, because they are confronting Kanaya about something and they ain't not letting her speak. And then you're turning all that attention to Isis, taking their whole situation, trying to make it an issue between you and Isis. Like, Jocelyn, you need to stop. Like, this is the whole thing. Like, that I've been saying about Jocelyn on the past few seasons, why her show is not as viral as she wanted to be, is because she's so busy trying to be a cast member instead of trying to be a host. Like, you trying to get into the mix and trying to be a cast member instead of just being the host and just being there and just letting the girls do what they supposed to do, is put on the show. That was fucked up. And it's like, honey, you being so disrespectful towards Isis, like, it's just very unwarranted. And it's like, Jocelyn, like, that's not cool. Like, you really got to stop doing that. But then we move on to the next. We get our first squabble of the episode, and that's Miss Neek and it's Danny. So Danny says some slick shit about Neek not eating the roach or some shit like that. And then all of a sudden she throws a drink at Neek and they start fighting. And Danny, bitch, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what happened to your hands because you never really could fight. But honey, I've seen you fight better than this. Like, Danny, what are you doing? Like, girl, Neek beat her ass. Like, it was crazy. Then they get separated. Then they get to another fight. And then Nick was able to get Danny on that ground. And I got really scared for a second because Danny had on these heels and I really was scared that she was about to kick Nick in the face with them on. And then I don't know what happened, but Danny left that fight with a black eye. Like, girl, Nick got you. And you deserved it because, girl, you keep fucking with her for what reason? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so they're getting separated and all this shit is going down. So as they trying to calm Neek down because they had to take Danny and put her inside the house, um, T Love, of course, she wants to have a fucking moment, saying, "Does anybody want any smoke with her?" And of course, Chinks, who don't like her, and rightfully so, because again, T Love, you spat at her, and then y'all fought ever since then, so it's up from there. They start fighting, and now Chinks starts fighting, but then she finally takes off that robe. Like, Chinks, bitch, why the fuck did it take you so long to take off that goddamn robe? So they go into fight, and now I don't know what the fuck was going on. Now, Chinks, I expected you to do way more than what you were doing. I'm not saying that T Love won because she really wasn't hitting on shit because they both was trying to get each other in headlocks and then security came and broke it up. So they never really got to do really anything in this round. So honestly and truthfully, I'm not giving nobody a winner. Even though I don't like T Love and I wanted Chinks to fuck her up, I can't be biased and I can't say that Chinks won because she wasn't doing shit. I don't know what she was on. I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know what was going on. So then that happened. So in the midst of that, they get spread apart, right? And I think about this point, like Dez is either still trying to like talk to Kanaya, like girl, like Dez, what is it? Like, girl, what the fuck is it? Like, are y'all just trying to pick at this girl for what? And then Love all of a sudden saying how she wants to talk to Neek because Neek wanted to fight her or something like that. How she I don't know if she said she wanted to fight Neek, but she said that she thinks Neek wants to fight her because she keeps calling her out. Girl, in the midst of that going on, and then also Andrea's talking about some, oh, Neek never said anything to you. Girl, who the fuck knows what? So while this is going on, they see that Neek is inside running, trying to get to Danny. She don't get to her. I don't know if she ever got to her because there was no cameras right there. We just got the of her running in the house, and I don't know what happened to the cameras after that. So they all paying attention to Neek running inside. Meanwhile, Chinks come out of nowhere and she socked the shit out of T Love. When I tell you she got her good, girl, I screamed because T Love, bitch, you deserve it for us spitting at her. She did the same. She did the T Love what she did to Lexi Go earlier this season, and it was so fucking fun. And T Love is leaking like bad. She better be because I swear I felt that hit through the screen. So as she doing that, Egypt decides she wants to fight Chinks because she snuck T Love. Now, Egypt, bitch, mind your business. Because, honey, this beef has nothing to do with you. Because your girl T Love involved herself in Chinks and Lexi Gold's drama and spat at Chinks and started drama with Chinks for no fucking reason. That's why they beefing. So, honey, there's no. So, anything she does to T Love after that has nothing to do with you. T Love is a grown fucking woman. And she obviously wants to prove herself because that last ass whooping we remember her getting from Wet Wet. But the real last ass whooping we remember her getting was from Tasiki. But honey, she ain't getting her lick back on that one. So she just really wants to prove that she can fight. And she's the only two people she fought. She fought Natural, got her ass beat, and then she done fought Chinks. But honey, you really not doing nothing. You really not doing nothing, sis. So Egypt, like girl, I don't understand why you was involving yourself. It really gave that you don't have a storyline either, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why y'all haven't talked about the you and Natural storyline, Egypt, but you were really irrelevant this season. So it seemed like you just trying to look for a moment, and baby, you got your moment. Oh, and also, ooh, sorry y'all. Before I'm skipping ahead. Speaking of Natural, now we brought her up. Natural was feeling sick during this pool party. She went to the bathroom. She started shatting on herself and throwing up. I don't know what was going on. It's Natural, but literally when they put her ass in that car, she looked like a ghost. Like she looked so pale. Like oh my goodness. So she had to go over to the hospital because she cares so much about her health. Love, take some notes, okay? But anyway, yeah, I just noticed that I skipped past Natural. I don't know how I could do that. I love Miss Natural so much, but yeah, so I don't know what's going on with her. Hopefully this don't mean hopefully she doesn't leave this season. I really want her to stay. But anyway, so we jump back to the Egypt and Chinks fight, right? So yeah, Egypt goes up and her and Chinks start to fighting. Now Chinks was swinging all wild and all that kind of shit, and had her head down. That's what was pissing me off with Chinks when she kept fighting Egypt. Like you're taller than Egypt, bitch. Like why is your head down? So they are fighting, and then like they both are landing hits, but then Chinks again have her head down, and then she got in the bushes. So Egypt got her when she was in the bushes. I'm sorry, Egypt got her in them bushes, bitch. Then T Love comes out of nowhere, which where the fuck was security at? Came out of nowhere and she's also hitting Chinks as well. So both Egypt and T Love are jumping Chinks in the bushes. Chinks unfazed. Like I just like how she just be so unfazed and she just be laughing at this other kind of stuff. You gotta love that. That's kind of like how Wet Wet be doing. But I don't think Chinks will ever be no Wet Wet. But like I'm loving Chinks and that she doesn't care and she just gonna laugh off anything. And she's still gonna talk her shit. So Chinks is in the house now. Egypt is following her. And again, I'm thinking like out of all them big ass security guards, like where the fuck the security be at? They literally let that fight between Egypt and Chinks go on for so long, and they be breaking up Neek and Danny's fights in point 0.5 seconds. Like I'm not understanding. Like how the fuck are y'all breaking up the little people, but then when the big bitches fight, y'all be letting them go round for round? Like I don't understand that. But Egypt's corners Chinks in the hallway. Again, Chinks got her head down, and damn. At first, it looked like it could be a tie, but if I gotta give it a winner, I gotta say Egypt because Egypt, that's a big ass bitch. They both are big bitches, but Egypt, her hits be landing. Them shits, you feel them shits through the screen and everything like that. Man, I'm sorry, Egypt. She got her. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. But yeah, so all that happened, right? Jump outside. Now, I didn't expect this fight to happen this quick because I knew Love was gonna fight later on this season. I didn't know this was the episode she was gonna be fighting because it felt like it was so soon. But so we jumped downstairs and then Neek come outside because she's saying how somebody was asking to fight her, right? All of a sudden we see Andrea and she just runs up on Love, and her and Love are fighting. Like, Drea, like, why are you fighting Love? Like, why are you fighting Love? She's saying she fight her because she didn't like how Love was trying to call her out while she was already fighting. Like, Drea, girl, what? It's given very much like I feel like everybody that fought this episode, the ones that was calling out phase or was doing something that was starting fights, were just looking for moments to fight. Like, it gave very much Drea, Egypt, and T Love. Y'all were looking for reasons to fight, and it gave same very much with Dez and Erica too. Like, y'all were just looking for reasons to fight this episode, and it made y'all look very, very, very corny. Like, Drea, like, why the fuck are you running up on Love? Like, I don't want anybody fighting Love because this girl's so fragile and this girl has all these health problems that if somebody hit her wrong, I'm scared that she gonna seize or some shit like that. So after her, now I don't even know who I can give a winner to. If you want to give it to Dre, I guess, but the camera angles are so crazy and security was in the way. Again, security is breaking up those fights so quickly between the little people, and they let the two big heifers go round for round. Like, it's crazy. So then Neek then comes outside and her and Love is talking, and then Neek is just saying, like, did you say you want to fight me? Like, honey, I don't know what Love was talking about. Love was like stuttering over her words, like, shoot, like, Love, I don't know what's going on with Love, but you're scaring me. Like, I really hope that Joseline sends her home. Like, not because I don't like her or anything like this. I really need Love to go home. Like, seriously. So they go on tonight because Joseline is now irritated because all the fights that's happening, right? But even though Joseline low-key knows that's gonna be good TV, but I don't know, but Joseline, I feel like sometimes Joseline does get tired of all the fighting, but she knows that they have to have some kind of altercations to make it into the show so it's not boring. But yeah, Joseline just didn't like there was so much fighting going on in the pool party, and she thought it was having fun. So she says, you know what, I'm about to have eliminations because y'all bitches don't know how to act right. So we see, like, I think this was one group of people. Now, what I want to tell you is Danny, when that light hit Danny, girl, Danny had the blackest eye I've ever seen. Like, girl, that eye was so crazy. So not every girl is in there. So I know Neek and a few of the other girls were not in there yet, in the rehearsal room. Jocelyn said that someone's getting eliminated tonight. Jocelyn says that there's not going to be any more fighting, and she says there's not going to be any more fighting for the next 48 hours. If you fight, you go home. Now, she says she does this every season. Like, Jocelyn, I don't remember you ever saying you're not gonna fight for 2 days. I don't remember her saying that on the show. Like, I remember Jocelyn say, "That's it, you guys are done fighting for the night." But I don't ever remember her doing something like this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. So Jocelyn's going now. So then Isis is there, right? Because remember, Isis had to go away, right? So Isis is worried that Jocelyn's gonna sick some people on her, so she came ready. And a lot of them look like they came ready to fight, but they wasn't expecting Jocelyn to tell them not to fight. You can tell that Andrea was ready to come and fight. You can tell that Chinks was trying to fight again, and you can tell that Isis was ready to prepared to fight somebody, and Neek, which she definitely did. So Jocelyn says that they have the music video for I Like the Way You Are Tomorrow, and somebody is going home. So she noticed that all the girls are not in there. So she sends the rest of the girls in, and they are all lining up. And then you can just tell that something suspenseful is going on. All of a sudden, we see Neek. She runs up on Danny, and when I tell you she popped Danny so hard, Danny fell off that stage. That was the funniest shit I ever seen, and the episode just ends right there. Oh yeah, very, very solid episode. I'm really liking it. It seems like the season is starting to pick up again. I'm glad that we are getting the dances. They're getting the dances, we're getting the fun stuff, we're getting the serious stuff, and then we're getting the fights. It's a mixture of everything, and I like this is where the season is starting to pick up. So hopefully it stays like this for the rest of the season because I feel like the season can be really, really great. But before I get up out of here, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Continue to show love to the video. Continue to show love to my channel. Again, we're on road to 5,000 subscribers. So keep engaging, and I promise you guys I will try to get into your comments. But that's all I got for you guys this episode, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.